Is it something that is a pain when you have to follow rules? For some people, what?
Yeah, it's okay that you have to follow. Because some rules you don't agree with, but you know it's the right thing to do. So you have to follow them. And especially when you have children, you have to follow the rules to model that to them. For them to
Okay.
understand why rules are important.
Okay. In your experience so far as being a parent, has family issues come up where your kids weren't following rules and you felt frustrated?
Definitely.
Definitely. And how did you deal with that? Was there...
I didn't, when I entered this program, I didn't know. I would yell, send them to their rooms, but I've learned the skills to know how to handle that a little bit.
Awesome. So yelling, that didn't work that well for you?
No.
Okay. So we're approaching and learning all kinds of new techniques in order to be able to handle the challenges that we face on a daily basis. Okay. So, rules. What are some rules that we know automatically in life that we just follow and we don't even think about it?
Stop at the red light.
Awesome. Okay.
Run a yellow light.
Run a yellow light?
Mm-hmm.
That's a rule?
Well,
That's your rule.
well, I did that all the time. That's right. Because that's right. Run a red light when it's about to turn yellow. So I did that all the time. And then the next one I can think of is, like I said this morning, like jumping on the bed. That's
Okay.
one of them, right?
Well, that's not, I mean, in my world,
Oh, you're talking about
rules in life, just
in
general,
life.
just
general.
general.
In
Not
general.
family rules, just rules that we do, that we don't, that we follow, that we don't even think about, but we know it's a rule.
Speeding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if we speed, what's going to happen?
We get a ticket.
Yeah.
And what
And
happens when we
stop
get a
that.
ticket?
We have to go. We have to pay. We
Yeah.
have to go to court.
Yeah.
And you even have to take a 4 hours classes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So getting a ticket is breaking the law, breaking the rules. There's a consequence of having to spend money that we don't have. There's using time because we have to go to court or sit on the computer for 4 hours and take a class. So if we break a rule, there's a significant consequence and it becomes a pain. Okay. All right. A rule that I think of is paying taxes. I mean, if you don't pay taxes,
Yeah.
you know, there's that saying in life.
Excise tax in Boston. I did pay excise tax from 1999 because I used to live in Boston all my life.
Yeah.
And then when I moved here in 1997, I own about like 2 years of excise tax. I didn't pay because I had a problem with my ex. So things was really not going well. So I moved there, and then next thing I know, like this year I went to renew my license, and they won't give it to me because of the excise tax that I owe in Boston. So something that it was about like $1,500, it went up to 10,000.
So what you're saying, or what
So
I'm
that's
hearing,
the-
what I'm hearing you say is that you weren't following a rule
No.
that you didn't even know you were
I
supposed
didn't
to
even
follow,
know. Yeah.
and then you had the severe consequence of them taking your driver's license away so that you couldn't function in life and go to work and carry on life as you knew
There
it.
you go. Yes.
So that was awful. Had somebody given you some idea of what that rule was, or what those kinds
No,
of...
I didn't know. It's
No, I
just-
know, but if we had
Those-
somewhere
Yeah.
an idea of what the rules were, at least we would know what the rules
Exactly,
were, we
yes.
would know what the consequences
Mhm,
are, and we could manage more effectively.
And I renewed my license every year.
And nobody
It's
ever...
like this year.
Mhm.
It happened.
Wow.
So if I know,
Yeah.
yeah, or if it's, my ex, because they set the bill over his house. If he just call me, let me know.
He didn't.
He didn't do it.
Mhm.
So I have to pay the consequences. And I can't make payment and then get my license back.
Wow.
So that brings up even another area of rules that we're not even going to touch on. I mean, in a way, we're going to touch on it about family rules, but our focus is about keeping the family together.
Mhm.
That's what we want.
Mhm.
But ultimately, when the family falls apart, we sometimes forget to impose rules on what's happening in a family that is breaking away from each other, and if we don't set rules with the other parent or the other partner about how to go on with life, things will happen, such as the other parent, the other person not contacting you. And in a lot of cases, when I talk to people about splitting and doing a plan, one of the plans is, if mail comes to the house, you need to make sure that I get it. Or if there's a phone call that is directed at me and I'm not living in that house anymore, it's written in the, it's a parenting plan and a life plan about how we're going to manage our life as co-parents, or as co-parents in a family system where we're not living together, but those details need to be shared as well. Who knew that we would need to make rules to explain to the other person in our life that it's a rule. In our split, there's a rule. You have to tell me if I get a message or an important piece of mail or something, because here you are, you put $1,500 out of hard-earned money that you have been never anticipated, and this must have been very difficult for you. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So we've established that there are basic rules in life, and we could go on, and we could spend a lot of time talking about those rules that we know and understand and follow, even though we may not like it. I don't want to pay taxes, but I have to pay taxes, so I do it. Every year come January, February, I feel my heart pounding because it's math related. And I have to go get everything that I need for my accountant, and it's a rule. You gotta do it or there's a consequence. So let's look at developing rules for a family. And on a day-to-day basis. Do you all have rules now in your life at home about how the family system should run?
No.
No. Because that's not something maybe that you've thought of until now?
No.
And if we sit here now and I suggest to you that perhaps it's important that we set rules for all of us, even us as parents as well as the children, that we all follow and agree upon, do you think that would help the family system to be more cooperative, to be more connected?
Well, I can say that I have some type of rules, like my kids are 20, 21 now, but I told them, if they go out, make sure you give a call, let me know. Let me know where you are.
Okay, and did they do that?
Yes.
All the time?
And when they don't do it, I make sure I call after. I said to call me where are you are. So he said, Mommy, I was gonna call you. Yes, they did.
Okay. So you called them?
Yeah, they call me. When they forget, I call and said, okay, I came home, you're not home. What happened?
Okay.
Because you are under my roof. I need to know where you are, even though you want to home. You have to let me. What if something happens?
Exactly. And it also gives,
and I did
you
the
need
same
the
thing
peace of
too.
mind.
If I go out, I will some places. I
So
let
the rule,
them know. Yes.
The rule is universal.
That's
the
it.
same rule
Yes.
for them applies to you. Because God forbid something should happen to you, that you go to get your driver's license and they say we're not giving you your license and you're stuck with no driver's license and need a ride home. Okay. All right. Okay, so the next part of what we're going to do is talk about how we're going to develop rules, what kind of rules we can utilize for our family system today as we know it, okay? So, you're up. Here
I'm up.
You're up.
Okay, so I'm just.
Are you going to stay right there?
No.
And you're going to come here. Okay.
And,
The high chair.
okay, I'm just gonna.
You have viewers watching you.
Viewers?
Hmm
Where are the viewers?
You have viewers. Just keep going. You're doing great.
Okay.
I'll tell you how many audiences you had.
Okay. The next things that we're gonna talk about is what are family goals. I'm just gonna, it's my first time for doing a presentation, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna read. Family rules are a set of do's and don'ts that serves as guidelines for carrying out family morals and family values, and hence creating the basic for discipline. Family rules are developed by all family members, applied to all family members, and are reviewed on a regular basis to determine how well the family is doing in following the rules. Family rules involve everyone's participation. If grandma or grandpa play an active parenting role, they should also be involved. Family rules involve do's and don'ts. Family rules are designed to promote and reinforce desirable behavior. Family rules help children learn appropriate behaviors through parental modeling. In family rules, everyone is treated fairly. Now, what is the purpose of family rules? It is to promote desirable behaviors. The best way to promote positive behaviors is to reinforce your child for getting things right. And how we're going to do that is by providing attention, smiling, touching, patting, compliments, praise, intangible rewards, treats, stickers, toys, or activities for behaving well. Now, reinforcing desirable behaviors. Sorry, no, I said that already. Now, how we're going to serve that as a learning purpose? It is a good idea to start with just one rules and add new rules as needed over time. This gives children a chance to learn a rule and how family rules work before others are added. And then what is the fairness within family rules? As parents, we need to teach our children that fairness is about actions and consequences that are moral, honorable, and equitable. A parent's role in teaching and modeling fairness is twofold. First, we must both respond to our child's need to be treated fairly. And second, we must also teach our child to be fair and to play fair. Modeling fairness is extremely important. Common sense parenting. As parents, we have an amazing amount of control over our children's lives. We determine allowance amounts, bedtimes, punishment, and praise. We have a responsibility to be fair and consistent and not to abuse our power. So what do you think of that?
Okay.
Sometimes I have a problem with what I think is fair and what my kids think is fair. We don't often see eye to eye on that. They think that my idea of fairness is too strict. So maybe I need to learn to be more liberal.
Yes.
So I'm going to look forward to learning how to set these rules and to learn how to be more fair with the kids. Because sometimes I think I want to be too controlling, and when I get too controlling and they don't listen, then I get angry, and when I get angry, I get, yeah. Okay. Great.
Also, definitely this experience is allowing me to try to figure out what rules that I need to establish at my home for my children to follow the rules.
Okay.
You wanna hold it up or? Okay, good.
You wanna hold it?
Hold it. You wanna hold
You
it
can
up?
hold it. You want me
Yeah.
to hold it?
Yeah. Somebody hold it. I guess you can stand by the door and hold it. Yeah.
Lean against the box.
There you go. Come closer.
Put it against this box.
Oh, okay.
Oh, perfect.
You might not-
Okay, good.
Let me stay.
Mhm.
No, you won't stay.
Yeah, she can hold it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Every time they take my easel away, I have to, so. Oh, now we're gonna have that.
It's good.
That's it, thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to Parenting Nurturing Group. Today we'll be discussing how to establish family rules. The first thing is get everyone involved. Everyone in the family needs to be involved with the family rules. Number 2, sharing behavior. Encouraging children to share family behavior they feel are problems in the home. Talk freely about issues the family has to work on. For example, be kind. Use kind words. Be safe. No jumping on furniture. Be respectful. Respect others' space. Constructing a behavior plan. Using a large board. Post rules on walls or doors. Rules need to be visual in order for the children to see and be reviewed. Another thing, remembering with rules, you have to be consistent. Number 4, brainstorming list of rules. The goal for the parents to have the children to make up the rules that they feel is best for the family and for it to be on the family list. Keep the rules simple, straight to the point. For example, no football in the house. No playing football in the house. Play football in the yard. Limit family rules to maximize 5 to 7. Identify consequences, reward for each rule. Loss of privilege, being grounded, time out, reward, nurturing touch, privilege, and allowance. Number 8, hold regular family meetings to review the rules. When there's a problem, you can add to the list of the do's and the don'ts. And as for here, this is my visual to show you an example of the family rules. I'm a little nervous. Over here, when you are creating a visual, you have your family rules right here. The do's right here. The don'ts will be right here. As you can see, I have the consequences. I have the consequences here, and I have the reward. Right now, I'm going to go over the do's. Do listen when someone is talking to you. The don'ts. Don't ignore or interrupt a person talking to you. Number 2, do put your shoes away when you come in. don't leave things lying around. Number 3, do stay at the table once meals have started. Number 3, don't leave the table and don't leave the table in the middle of the meals. Number 4, do be gentle with others. Don't hurt, hit, or bite others. Number 5, do ask before borrowing something. Don't take anyone else's things without asking. The consequence: verbal warning for 1. Number 2, 1 week without cell phone. Number 3, swimming taken away. Reward: more TV time and more game time. Number 2, favorite dessert of choice. Number 3, pick a prize at the Dollar Tree. Do you guys have any questions on the family rules? No? Thank you. See you next week.
How come you're still
I was
filming?
so nervous.
Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. You were watching our 3-day nurturing parenting program, and you were watching the group presentation. They were doing their presentation on establishing parenting rules. So they were sharing about the do's and the don'ts. This is a great program. You can start this new program at your church, in your organization. And so feel free to get in touch with Rafa Family Services, www.rafafamilyservices.org, or check us out on Facebook, Inez Barthelemy. It was a pleasure to have you. They did a great job. Thank you so much for all those hearts. You all have some great hearts. That was awesome. We had so many viewers. I will try to share with you how many people. You had a great audience. People were watching you, and you did an excellent job. How do I know that? They sent you hearts, hearts, hearts all over. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Our next training is going to be August the 10th, 11th, and the 12th, and that's going to be in Broward County, Florida. So we do these trainings every month. You can get in touch with us if you want to become a nurturing parenting facilitator, meaning that you get the opportunity to teach the course to parents who have had their children removed from their custody. So now you will become a change agent in your community by teaching them effective parenting skills. So we want this to become a revolution where in every community, in every church, we have parenting instructors, parenting facilitators, helping, coaching, training, educating on how to best raise our children. It takes a village to raise a child. Join us. This is a revolution. Become the best nurturing parenting facilitator that you can be. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.